everyone, it's Susan. Today's video was inspired by a recent event that I attended and spoke at in front of thousands of people. And after I spoke, I had several women, and guys, not that this doesn't apply to you too, it does, come up to me and say, you know what, Susan, I want to be successful. I really, really want this, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've got my kids, I've got my life, I've got a job, and I have this business. And so one of the things I said to these amazing ladies was this: you've got to learn to say no if you want to have success. And oftentimes there are those of us, myself included, who commit to a lot of things only to look at our agenda or our diary and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have all these things coming up. And if you're that person who just looks at your week and goes, I'm stressed out and the week hasn't even started yet, then this video is just for you. So today I'm going to share with you 5 tips that come from my book, Organize Your Life, and it is available on Amazon and iTunes. You can also get it through my website, susansly.com. So if you're taking notes, here we go. The first one is to find a replacement. So oftentimes, and this happens to me, hey Susan, do you want to sit on a committee, or are you able to physically bake for the parent pop-in or whatever it is? And if I'm stretched too thin, I've got a lot going on, I will find a replacement and say something like this: Gina, I really want to help you, and unfortunately I can't do it, but let me see if I can make a few calls and see if someone else can. So finding a replacement. And I use this one often because with my travel schedule and different things I have going on, I do want to contribute, but I physically can't. The next tip that I'm going to give you is improve the atmosphere. So in this one is you've accepted and you're going, oh my gosh, okay, I've accepted this. Now I really know I can't do it, and it's just crazy. So this is a great one to do, to say something like this: Sharon, you know, initially back when I said I would volunteer on this committee, or I would donate my time, or I would present at this meeting, I didn't have as much going on as I do now. You deserve to have 100% the best of me. And I know if I come, I'm stretched so thin right now, I'm only going to be able to give you 20 or 30% because I have so many projects. So if it's okay, I'd love to gracefully exit, but would you ask me again? And what you're implying here is that if you showed up, it would not be good for everyone involved, but for you not to do it, it will actually improve the atmosphere. That's another way to do it. The third one is, if I would you. So let's say you've committed to something, you've got a lot going on, and you're thinking, I just do not have the time. A great thing to do is a swap. So saying something like this: hey Julie, if I take the kids to school on Thursday, would you be able to pick them up? Because let's say you've got a meeting, or you've got a presentation, or maybe you're backlogged and making your sales calls. And oftentimes just swapping off with a friend, that's another great way to get out of something and also to feel good that you're helping them. It gives her the morning or the afternoon, and she's helping you as well. The fourth thing is matching mission. So let's say someone calls you, and this happens to me a lot because trust me, the more successful you become, the more people are going to ask you for donations. And so this happened to me recently where someone sent me an email and said, hey, would you take a look at this? It was a GoFundMe for a project. And so knowing very clearly what your philanthropic mission is. So mine is to enrich the lives of women and girls all over the world through education. Okay, so if someone's sending me a charity match or something and it doesn't fall in alignment with that, I'll say something like this: you know what, this looks really good, Eric, and I would love to help you. This is my philanthropic mission, but let me see what I can do. I'll post it on my Facebook page, I'll send it out to my list. This one's just not for me, but let me see how I can help. So that's, you know, oftentimes we give out of guilt and obligation, but you don't have to do that. Just be very, very clear. And the fifth one is a win-win solution. So when someone asks you to do something, or you've committed to something and you really can't do it, just be honest and figure out the win-win. So let's say, for example, in the book, it's something like this. Let's say you have a boss, and that boss has said, hey, you know, can you work this weekend? And you are feeling like, oh my gosh, if I work this weekend, I'm gonna tear all my hair out, and this is just not gonna be a good situation. So being able to say something like this: you know what, James, I know this project is super important for our company. I'm gonna give you 100%. So here's the thing. What I propose is I'm gonna work at home. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because that will save me an hour and a half of commuting, and that will allow me to give you that extra time. So hopefully none of us have to come in this weekend and finish this up. Would that work? So before you get upset, like, oh my gosh, my boss asked me to do this, or oh my gosh, let's say you have a sales organization, they want me to do this and I'm already exhausted. Think about what that win-win solution is. And I promise you guys, as you learn to value your time, as you get into this place where you learn to honor yourself, whether you're working for someone or you own a company, you're part owner, whatever it is you're doing, you're really teaching the world how to treat you. And being able to say no is a big part of being successful. So with that, I would encourage you to check out my website, www.susansly.com. If you haven't got my book yet, you know what? Just hit Amazon, iTunes, or my website, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future.